What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video. Before we get into the video, if you're new to the channel, make sure you follow all my social medias on the top of the screen. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a thumbs up on this video and turn on that notification bell. But without further ado, let's get into today's video, bro. We're going to be talking about this Ben Simmons rumor. There's been a lot of Ben Simmons rumors this morning of him possibly being traded to the Celtics. Obviously it's not guaranteed, but Celtics are showing interest in him. So I'm gonna be looking at 5 trades that we could see today that could send Ben Simmons to another team. He could get off of Philadelphia finally. So the first team, as you can see on the screen, it would be sending D'Angelo Russell and a top 5 protected first round pick for 2022 to the 76ers for Ben Simmons straight up. And as you can see, the Timberwolves, it says, goes up +5 in wins, and Sixers go down 4. But realistically, I think Sixers and Timberwolves would win this trade. It's a win-win trade because D'Lo gets to be the main ball handler again and the primary scorer behind Embiid. He's basically going to be like the second option in Philadelphia. So I don't think this will be that drastic of a win-loss for 76ers. So I think this would be a good trade for both sides. You get rid of Ben Simmons. D'Lo hasn't really been playing that good in Minnesota, so you could get rid of D'Lo too. You get a great defender back in Ben Simmons. They need defense badly. They already got Malik Beasley, so he could run point guard if they are able to keep him. Or you could just run Ben Simmons at point guard, like I said. Either way, I think it's a win-win trade. The next trade we're going to be looking at is Kyle Lowry being sent to the Philadelphia 76ers for Ben Simmons, and he will also be sending 2 first-round picks, top 5 protected and a 2024 first-round pick. Now, this is if the Heat maybe start struggling or something, because they've been winning games, but Kyle Lowry hasn't really been playing the best. He had a few good games, like I would say decent games, but he hasn't had really like a breakout game yet. He had 20 points a few nights ago, so there's that. But Kyle Lowry is obviously an older point guard, but I think he would help Philadelphia a lot, especially with playing alongside Embiid. He can space the floor. He's a great passer. He has great court vision. So I think this would be a win-win trade for both sides too. The only thing I worry about with the Heat is the floor spacing with Ben Simmons. Obviously they have shooters, but with Ben Simmons and Bam on the court together, I don't know if that's going to work out good. Obviously, Bam can shoot the mid-range, but he can't stretch out to the 3 yet. Maybe he'll develop that if Ben Simmons comes on the team. But I think this would be a good trade for both sides. And the Heat defense would get, like, way better. This will, I think, definitely make them title favorites in the East. At least a top 3 contender in the East for sure, if they're not already. But let's look at the next trade. This trade, I think, would work out for both sides too, because first of all, Gordon Hayward. Well, first of all, let's go into the trade first. It'll be sending Gordon Hayward and a top 3 protected 2023 first round pick to the Sixers for Ben Simmons straight up. So I think this would be a nice trade for the Hornets because they'll get a great defender back and they'll get another ball handler next to LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball could already space out the floor, and you could put Ben Simmons at small forward or power forward. So I think it would be a nice trade for both sides because Hornets already have Kelly Oubre, which has been playing nice. They have PJ Washington. Miles Bridges has been playing great this year too. So they already have a lot of small forwards and power forwards. So I think trading for an elite power forward / point guard would be good for them. You could even run Ben Simmons at center if you wanted to. But yeah, I just think this would be a good trade for the Hornets if they were able to pull this off. Because Hayward has been playing nice this season, but they already have a lot of shooters and a lot of scorers. So I think the main thing they're missing is that defensive anchor, which Ben Simmons is. So this would be a nice trade for them. Next trade will be sending Siakam to the 76ers for Ben Simmons straight up. Another thing with this trade is they already have Scotty Barnes, the Raptors do. So if they want to get rid of Siakam, they can afford to do that now. Scotty Barnes plays like a lot like Siakam already, so they really don't need Siakam, and he's a lot younger. So getting Ben Simmons out of this would be great for them, because Siakam, obviously Siakam's an all-star caliber player, but he hasn't been living up to the potential as of lately. Pretty much the last year. He obviously played decently last year, but his efficiency is down from 3. He hasn't been driving as much, getting to the free throw line as much, but as you can see, it's a win-win trade because the Raptors only go down 1 win, which I don't think would actually happen in real life. I think they would get better. But yeah, I think this is a win-win trade for both sides because Raptors already have Scotty Barnes, and Siakam next to Embiid would be deadly. Siakam's one of the fastest power forwards in the league, so that duo would be deadly. But let's go to the last trade. This is the rumor for today, that the Celtics have interest in Ben Simmons. I don't know how true this is or if this is that would actually happen, but you can't trade Smart yet, or Dennis Schroeder, or anybody, or Al Horford. And even if you could, I don't think the Sixers will want Al Horford back. If they did, they would probably just waive him. So this is the trade I came up with. Obviously, this probably wouldn't work out. Actually, Horford can be included. I forgot he was signed. Or not signed, but traded. But yeah, I don't think this would actually happen in real life. But this is a pretty decent trade package for the Sixers. They get a lot of young players out of it, and they could easily just waive Al Horford if they don't want him. But they also get 2 first-round picks out of it. A 2022 first-round pick and a 2024 first-round pick, top 3 protected. So most likely the Sixers, I mean not the Sixers, but the Celtics would be good. So if they get like a 14th pick out of this, that would be nice, because we're most likely not going to have a top 3 pick either way. And then obviously the Celtics get Ben Simmons, an elite defender, elite passer. You could plug him in at the point guard straight away, or maybe the power forward if you want to start Dennis Schroeder or still start Smart. But I think the only way for this trade to work would be is if you add a few first-round picks. And even then, I don't think the Sixers would accept this, because they're not really getting any value out of it. They're obviously getting a lot of young players, but the 2 first-round picks are probably not going to be that useful. I mean, like I said, I only made this trade because it was a rumor today, and Smart and Schroeder cannot be traded, so that's why they were included in this trade. And I'm not trading Brown for Ben Simmons, so anybody saying that, please stop, bro, because Ben Simmons is not as good as Jaylen Brown. Come on now. Ben Simmons is like, how do I put this? He's an all-star caliber player, but he's not that good in the playoffs. He's pretty much like a Walmart. I don't even know who to compare him to. He's like Siakam, bro. Siakam's good in the regular season, but he plays mediocre in the playoffs. And Brown has always been good in the playoffs almost every year, so I'm not trading Brown for Ben Simmons. I'm sorry. Brown is just simply a better player. Let me know what you guys think about these trades in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, leave a thumbs up on this video, and turn on that notification bell. I'm out, bro.